So we have here a inverter, a Champion dual fuel inverter generator that runs on propane or gasoline, and I'm going to unbox it and we'll eventually start it up and see what it looks like and sounds like. We bought this thing for our ministry. We have a homeless ministry where we go to the beach and we make breakfast for people who are homeless, and many of them are homeless because they're on drugs and they're doing meth or they're drunks and they just can't make their rent payment, so they live on the beach. So we have a Bible study and we cook a breakfast for them, and so that's when this generator will come in handy to cook food for the homeless. So what have we got here? We got the instructions, which I have yet to read. We have a funnel and some funny looking little USB connector. It looks like you can zoom in on that maybe. So you can charge your phone with this expensive generator. So we got this thing. This is essential. I don't know what this is. And so we have, what else have we got here? We've got some funny looking thing. I have no clue what it is. I guess I'll have to read the instructions. And what else have we got? Oh, this is a to hook up to the propane tank. Which you can use propane or gasoline. Anyway, you can zoom in on here. You can come in here and look at what this thing looks like from the top. Okay, so we got this thing out of the box, and it's pretty nice. It has a handle on it. It's got wheels. My last generator didn't have that. So that'll be nice to wheel it around. And I'm going to read the instructions first, and then we will start this thing up and see how it works. Okay, so what we have here is a piece that fits onto the regulator, the propane gas regulator. That's not necessary, but the instructions claim that it makes storage easier. So we're going to put that together. We're putting together the LPG hose assembly storage clip. This is the storage clip. This is the regulator. So the picture shows that it's supposed to go like, no, don't have that right. It goes like this. Like this, right? Okay. So you put in the 4 bolts. This is the exciting part of the video. Not really. Kind of a nice feature in case there's a bunch of drama and they cut our gasoline supply off, we can use propane. Or if they cut our propane off, we can use gasoline. You just never know what's going to happen in the future. I think God's probably going to come back pretty soon. So being somewhat of a prepper probably isn't a bad idea. So we'll be in the position of being able to help people that need help when things get really tough, which I'm afraid it's going to get that way. It's very obvious that the people in the United States are not thinking very clearly, especially the Antifa and the anti-Trump people and the anti-God people, the people that hate God, and the homosexuals. They're all not thinking at all. What the homosexuals do makes no sense at all. They're killing themselves and they're killing each other, and they hate God, and it's just not working out for them. So things are not looking good. It's starting to look like okay, so looking at this thing, they claim that this is for storing this tube or hose. I see here that it fits this thing here, but it doesn't say on. So I'm not sure how useful that is, but I've not read the instructions yet, so I don't know. Okay, so what you get is a quick start guide. It's just one big sheet, kind of a large sheet. And let's see what's on the back of this. It's in a different language. Okay. So then you get the instruction book, which is a book. It's even got a spine to it. So, oh, half of it's in Spanish, I believe. This is the panel for the oil. There's two panels. The one on that side is for the battery. This larger panel door is for the oil. So it comes with no oil, of course. So you have to put in 0.6 quarts of oil. And here in Hawaii, I use SA30. You don't need multi-viscosity here. It never freezes here. The temperature is always constant, around 80 degrees. So that's the right oil for this climate. But you will find people here in Hawaii using multi-visc oil, which is completely pointless. Kind of like snow tires. You don't need snow tires here either. But people still run snow tires. Okay. Oh, they have sound deadening material in here. That's nice. You want it to be quiet. Okay, so all right. There's a little bit of oil in there, not enough. So that explains why they didn't tell you to just put in a pre-measure of 0.6 quarts, because they already have some oil in there. Alright, so we're going to try to attempt to put the right amount in here. 0.6 quarts. Okay, so the instructions say let the oil come up to the last two threads. So I'm going to carefully look in there and see if I can see. Okay, so you can see now we've got the oil up to the last two threads. Maybe you can see it, I don't know. But the oil level is just right up to the almost to the outside edge here, within two threads of the opening. So that's the correct level. So that's good. We're going to screw this back in. Okay, the next step after putting oil in it is to connect the battery. So the instructions say to cut that zip tie, which I'm assuming I have to take the battery out to do that. So we're going to cut the zip tie. And then we're going to connect the positive and negative terminals. So how does that, one would assume, yeah, that you do it like this. These are 10 millimeter metric, and I believe the gas manifold parts were also 10 millimeter. The two pieces of the gas manifold. I just read in the instructions that you're never to turn this off with the load connected to it, which I believe I did that on my last Champion generator, and that's why I don't have it anymore. So always leave the thing running, unplug the load from it, and then turn it off. I wish they would tell you that, and I wish they'd put some big warning on it, because I understand that's a good way to kill a generator, is to you know, leave something plugged into it and then turn the motor off. Apparently that kills the generator. I don't know why, and I don't know why the manufacturers don't warn people. I would think it would help them with their warranties. Okay, I don't have a 10 millimeter open end, so I have to use this. These things should be tight, so there's no ignition problems. Okay, so getting these on here, it's
probably not going to be the easiest thing. If I have it aimed straight up, it should go on. Yeah, okay. So that's what you need to do, aim it straight up. This is not the right wrench to use. I should be using an open end 10mm, which I don't own. Okay, so put this guy back in here. This takes a considerable amount of fooling around. But if you don't do it right, you're going to short your battery, I would assume. Okay, that's on there now. Praise God. There, got the strap on. Now all I have to do is put the door on. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to put this label on here so I don't make the same mistake again, which cost me a generator. So what that means is disconnect the power cord, the load, coming into the generator before the motor gets turned off. Because if you don't do that, apparently it causes the generator to fail. So they don't put big warnings. We're going to start this thing up now using propane. And the instructions say that there's a 5-hour break-in period that you should have varying loads on it. So I have a timer here that will turn on and off a quartz light. I don't know how many watts it is. I think it's 500 watts. So the first thing we do is we connect the LP gas, push the ring back, push it in, the ring pops back and it should be locked. So then I believe you're supposed to turn the gas on. So I turn it on the tank. And when it's done, I'm not going to turn it off for 5 hours because I'm going to break it in right now. When it's done, they suggest that you let it go through starvation, fuel starvation, as a way of turning it off. So first you unplug all the loads, then you cut off the gas, the propane or gasoline, whichever it may be, to get the motor to stop. That's what the instructions tell you to do. Real quickly, I mentioned briefly how you break this thing in. It says the first 5 hours of runtime, you should stay below 50% of the running watt rating and vary the load occasionally to allow the stator windings to heat and cool. So this thing being a 3,000 watts roughly, so you shouldn't run anything more than 1,500 watts for the first five hours. It also says adjust the load, which will cause engine speed to vary and help to seat the piston rings. So this is my varying load, a timer. Okay, after the 5 hours, you're supposed to change the oil. So here we go. We're going to try this out. It says also that you should not use the economy mode if things are fluctuating, which is right here. This is the economy switch. So I'm going to make sure that's off. The battery needs to be on, at which when you're done with it, you need to turn it off so the battery doesn't discharge. But I'm going to turn it on now. I see a light there, so the battery must have some juice in it. Okay, so first thing is turn the choke on, and the gas is on, and so I'm going to hold down the start button for no longer than 5 seconds. So if it doesn't start in 5 seconds, I'm going to turn it off. So here we go. Okay, that was the first try. It sounds like it wants to start. Running on propane. Okay, I'm going to give it another try for 5 seconds. Maybe I need to turn the choke off. Let me try one more time before I turn the choke off. Alright, that was the third try. I'm going to turn the choke So apparently with propane and 80-degree temperature, you don't need the choke. Alright, so it started right up when I turned the choke off. So I don't need a choke in Hawaii. So, pretty quiet. Stabilized, I'm going to plug the load into it. I said wait for it to stabilize. It sounds stabilized to me, so I'm going to plug the load in. Alright, we'll see how it does. In about 5 hours I'm going to turn it off and change the oil. Okay, so right now it's running on economy mode. It's considerably quieter than regular mode. So let me turn it off and you'll see what I mean. Yeah, now it's kind of annoying it's so loud. A little bit annoying. Not bad for a generator, but still pretty loud. So watch the difference. Yeah, that's just putting along. Not bad. Very pleasant.